Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and talk about yet another case of extreme, unprovoked, unmotivated white on white crime. Now, within the past few days, there's been a number of different mass shootings and killing sprees carried out by these demonic cavelings, and we should only expect that there will be more. We should also expect, if we've been paying attention to how they operate, is for them to create a case to distract from all of this white deviltry that involves black men. Now, in the past, I've said this. I've said, whenever they have a string of mass shootings or cases that involve white people engaging in criminal behavior, there always seems to be conveniently a case of a black man engaging in some form of mass shooting to kind of balance things out and say, look, they're not the only ones who are doing it. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if soon they come out with some case involving a black man that's going to get way more media attention, or some non-white person to kind of balance things out. Because again, remember that they changed the criteria on what's considered the mass shooting so that they can take the title of it and the main culprits of it away from white men, which is usually what's going on. So in this situation, you have and again, if you look at the title, they're saying a Louisiana suspect. Now, this man had a criminal history. He's known to be violent, okay? But, this is Fox News. This is mainstream media. Of course, as usual, white people stay on code. They make sure that they don't use the same negative adjectives towards their own people that they use towards our people or people who they don't identify as white. But it says he's the suspect in killing of 5 people. He was captured after a manhunt. Now, this demonic entity chose to kill his family. And I want you guys to notice the picture that they showed of him smiling. This could be his mugshot, which shows the level of joy he's getting out of doing this mass killing. It also shows the level of white on white crime that is very problematic. It's going to continue. Black people really need to start coding up and protecting themselves, because they don't just restrict their violence to each other. They do go out and brutalize other people as well. You guys need to understand the time that we're in and only expect them to continue to escalate and continue to engage in their violent behavior. Now, I want to get to this video, then we'll come back and see what details we can go over with this this non-surprising case of another violent cabling.
Fox News alert: a murder suspect on the run is captured in Virginia. Dakota Thoreau is accused of killing 5 people in Louisiana. Authorities say he killed his parents, his girlfriend, and her father and brother in 2 separate shootings. The suspect will be transported back to Louisiana.
Oh, unreal.
A massive manhunt is over tonight for the man accused of killing his parents and 3 other people in Louisiana. 21-year-old Dakota Thoreau was arrested today in Virginia at his grandmother's house. She had spent the night in a hotel because she was afraid he would show up there, while police were at her home when he pulled in. Investigators say the shooting on Saturday killed 5 people at 2 different crime scenes. When they got to Thoreau's parents' house, both parents were shot, but the father managed to talk to police.
We was able to get a dying declaration from him, and only enough information to let us know that it was his son that committed this act.
No word right now on a motive for the killings. Thoreau will be sent back to Louisiana, and he'll be charged with murder.
Did you guys notice how, once again, there is no known motive in this murder? And the reason why I keep pointing this out to you guys, because whenever you repeatedly have them engaging in these criminal behaviors and grand scale murders, and there's no motivation, that can only be indicative of one thing, which is pathology. If there's no motive, if there's no provocation, if there's no reason, then you have to assume that this is just what they do because this is what they do. So I want people to notice that, specifically the ones who like to run around and regurgitate all of this black on black crime and black people being violent and having murder. And for you guys who watch this, when you hear people regurgitating that dumb information, I want you guys to understand that there is a difference between people committing crimes out of economic disenfranchisement and lack of opportunities, or being provoked, or even being in gangs, because then you see that there's a reason, versus just unmotivated, senseless killing just for the sake of doing it. Like literally, this dude, as far as we know right now, he just woke up one day and decided he wanted to murder his family. So therefore he did. Now, he is 21. Okay, he was wanted. He was captured in Virginia. He killed his girlfriend and his parents. Okay, this man engaged in a manhunt. Now we know Black people end up getting murdered. Children, Black children, a pregnant Black woman was murdered senselessly. No manhunt needed. No stand down. No negotiations. And we shouldn't be surprised these things will continue until Black people give an incentive for it not to. But it says, deputies arrested Dakota Thoreau when he pulled up to his grandmother's house near Richmond in Virginia Sunday morning. He probably wanted to go kill her too. Richmond County Sheriff Stephen B. Smith told the Associated Press the grandmother had asked deputies to check on the house to see if it was safe to return after spending the night in a hotel. See, she already knows what's up. He probably went to kill her too. This dude, demonic entity, wanted to slaughter as many people as he could. She checked into the hotel fearful that her grandchild would show up. Smith said Thoreau had a gun on him, but he dropped it and was taken into custody without incident. He had a gun on him, but of course he just slaughtered his family, but they still just didn't feel fearful of their life. They're sending them back to Ascension Parish at a later date. He's going to get booked on 2 counts of first-degree murder, home invasion, and illegal use of weapons. Now, the thing of it is look how calm and serene he looks as he stands outside of a prison cell being measured after he just slaughtered everybody. They said he also faced 3 counts of murder in Livingston Parish. So this dude couldn't, there's not enough murder that he can engage in. So the authorities are saying that his 20-year-old girlfriend, Summer Ernest, her brother Tanner, her 43-year-old father, Billy Ernest, were shot to death. So why is he getting 2 counts, though? Saturday morning in Walker, located about 20 miles east of Baton Rouge. Okay, so it looks like they're charging him with 2 counts of murder in one place and 3 in the other. So deputies said they responded to the homicides just before 9 a.m. After the triple homicide, Thoreau drove to Gonzales, where he shot his parents in their home, authorities said. And I already told you about people who can shoot family members and kill family members. This is certified deviltry. But what we need to understand is that with the sickness that Black people have, and the reason it's a sickness, because if you can overlook this, if you can hold these people in high esteem despite these things happening, that's a problem. And they will give you 19 seconds of a video clip or 47 seconds of another news clip just so that they don't have to focus. They'll give it to you real fast, but they will do whole biographies on Black people who commit less crimes. And we need to start fighting back against this propaganda. There's no possible way they should be able to live this down. They just shouldn't be. Keith Thoreau, 50, was found gravely wounded and told deputies his son was the shooter before he died. You heard him say he was able to get a dying declaration and only enough information to let them know that it was his son. Apparently, there is no motive. There never is any motive. That's what people really need to focus on. So they said they lived in a trailer park, of course. He fled in a Dodge Ram pickup truck that belonged to Billy Ernest, authorities said. This is probably, I would say, one of the worst domestic violence incidents. And see, they want to sit here and minimizing it by calling it domestic violence. This is a demonic slaughter. But again, they stay on code. This is something we don't do. Now, they're saying authorities believe the shooting stemmed from some type of boyfriend-girlfriend dispute reported Sunday before Thoreau's apprehension. Now, there's no motive. They're just speculating at this point. But even if this was over some girlfriend-boyfriend dispute, that right there tells you about their psychology. If you're going to murder your entire family, Because what does his family have? Why are you murdering your family over a dispute you have with your girlfriend? They'll do anything to try to bring some rationale to this. This is just another case of some cavelings wanting to murder someone in something. There was no murder, no motive. He just woke up one day and decided he wanted to murder something because this is who they are. This is why we will continue to see cases like this. But you guys let me know what you think. Thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next video.